Hey, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I am Josh in recovery from the diseases of addiction. I'm battling the diseases of addiction and mental health. But yeah, I am and have been in recovery, battling both of those things. Today, we'll be reading from Keep It Simple. It is August 5th. But actually it is August 13th. I'm playing catch up. You've probably heard this way too many times ad nauseum now, so I will try to make these last two the last times that I say that, and we can just keep flowing with the readings. So let's get into Keep It Simple, and it is August 5th. We're only human. We're supposed to make mistakes. Billy Joel. Listen to the kind voice inside. Listen to the voice that tells you you're good enough. Listen to the voice that tells you it's okay to make mistakes. You'll learn from them. Listen to the voice that tells you to go to your meeting even though it's cold outside and you're tired. Listen and let this voice become more and more clear. Listen and welcome it into your heart. Talk with this voice. Ask it questions. Seek it out when you need a friend. This voice is your higher power. Listen as your higher power speaks to you. Listen as your higher power tells you what a great person you are. Prayer for the day. I pray to be gentle. I pray to the gentle, loving voice that lives in me. Higher power, you've always been kind to me. You've always loved me. Help me to remember you're always within me. Action for the day. I'll take time from my busy day to listen and talk with the loving voice that lives inside me. Okay, so first things first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a theme here, okay? The theme is listen. This goes back to my grandma. Take the cotton out of your ears, put it in your mouth, listen. That may mean listening to your inner voice and your consciousness, listening to your higher power, sitting in a meeting and just being quiet and being an active listener. Not showing up, not putting in earbuds, listening to music, not playing games on your phone, just sitting there for an hour or an hour and a half, depending on what kind of meeting it is, and actively listen. If you see yourself like drifting away, that's a perfect opportunity to snap right back into it. Like, I felt myself drift away. I was thinking about something else. I need to snap back into this meeting. I need to snap back into the present. I need to snap back into what's going on right now. I know that's difficult sometimes because we live in a world where it's go, go, go. There's all these things on our plates. Everything is all that's going on. But the reality is the world keeps spinning. I learned that lesson going to detox and rehab. The world didn't stop just because Josh was in rehab for 30, 60, 90 days. Like, it wasn't like I had a whole bunch of voicemails and text messages. Sure, I had a bunch of WhatsApp and text messages and stuff like that from my threads, but it was mainly those people talking to the other people in those groups because they already knew that I was in detox and rehab and didn't have my phone. So what's the point of texting or calling me because I don't have my phone? But it's funny that there's 10 lessons in here because that's like one of the most important lessons that I learned in my strength from this program, from these programs, from my fellowships, from working my 12 steps, from having that intentional willingness to dive in as best I can day in and day out and fight for my 24 hours to remain in recovery, to continue to work hard all the time. Non-stop, work hard all the time. Because this is 24 hours a day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 moment, 1 breath. It can happen just like that, and you can make a left-hand turn and find yourself in a place you do not want to be, that you never wanted to go back to. So, with that, I would just say the best thing to do is to try and actively listen every opportunity you get. Remain fully engaged. put the phone away, put the tablet away, put the TV on mute, better yet, shut it off. Listen to the people that are talking to you. That's loved ones, that's friends, that's members of the fellowship. That's your coworkers, your employees, your boss. Like, actively listen. It's a part of life. It's a part of the strength that I gained from these programs over a period of time that is just like, the days were long, but the years were short. I mean, I closed my eyes on day one and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, I'm doing a startup that's helping people that were like myself, that were just like constantly in the hospital and constantly going through the ringer. That's interesting. Like, now I'm not only just holding myself accountable, I'm trying to help hold other people accountable, or they help hold their friends and family accountable. And that's the point of the accountability group. And if we are able to save even one life, that is the biggest win in the world for me. I'd love to save as many people as possible, but I realize that I can't save 7 billion people, although not all of them are addicts. It's probably more like 10%, which is still a lot. But I know that there's 70 plus million of us struggling in the United States alone, and there's only 347 million of us, so it's a significant percentage. So for me, my hope for you is that you learn the gift of listening. I was finally able to learn that. That was one of my gifts, is that I was able to let go of my own ego. I was able to let go of my own hubris. I was able to let go of thinking I was always right, that I always had the right answers, that I always need to dig my heels in and fight for my position, when in fact, I just needed to surrender to win. I needed to let life get lifey, live life as a loose garment, and let my higher power use me as a conduit to do whatever it may be that I need to do. Maybe it's the accountability group, maybe it's my IT consulting firm, maybe it's going back to school, maybe it's becoming a professor, maybe it's teaching at an elementary school, maybe it's traveling, I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm going to continue to be in recovery. I'm going to always be an active listener, and I'm always going to work hard and do my best, because I plan on staying in between the guardrails. I have no intention of deviating from that, because all I'm focused on is today. I don't care that I stayed sober yesterday, or the day before that, or the day before that, or the day before that. And tomorrow's not here, so I'm not going to get anxious about that. I'm just focused on these 24 hours, this current hour, this current minute, this current moment, this current breath. And when I go to my meeting today, I will just be focused on listening. And that's what I hope for all of you. So please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and most importantly, please leave comments, share if you're a newcomer, what you're going through, any questions you may have. And if you have time underneath your belt, please provide your experience, strength, and hope. There's probably some jewels, some pearls, some nuggets of wisdom that individuals can take from that, whether they're actively participating by writing comments, or because they are reading the comments, but because it's YouTube and it might be their full name, they don't want to be like me and be like, hey, I'm Josh and I am, in recovery and have been in recovery for a while and am trying to, share my experience, strength, and hope. So with that, I will say that I hope that you stay safe, stay strong, and stay sober. I am Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I am Josh, who is in recovery and still battling the diseases of addiction and mental health.